So let's discuss a little bit about Anarthas. Anartha means an unwanted thing, unwanted quality or activity. Artha means wealth. Anartha means the opposite, like a debt or a detriment or a debit. The opposite of wealth, poverty. If we have artha, artha leads to development of economic surplus. And that means we can give to others, we can share with others, we have more than we need. Anartha leads to the opposite, where we have less than we need and we have to depend on others. You see? So, anartha nivritti could be understood as the cessation of poverty. You see? That our poverty goes away, or the reason for our poverty goes away. Our poverty is due to the fact that we're not connected to Krishna. Krishna is all wealth, all power, all fame, all knowledge, all beauty, all renunciation. That's the meaning of Bhagavan. Krishna is Bhagavan, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That means he has everything in full abundance. So if we become connected with Krishna, we have access to Krishna's resources. See, and this is artha. This is wealth. This is real wealth. This is the wealth that doesn't go away, that's eternal. Because we cannot by ourselves, we're very limited. Our potency is very limited. But we can't generate real wealth. We can only borrow or use Krishna's wealth. See, the wealth of this world comes and goes. But the spiritual wealth is eternal. Just like in my chart, I have Mars exalted in Capricorn. Exactly. It's within just a few seconds of the exact degree of exaltation. So when astrologers look at my chart, they go, wow, Mars exalted in the 10th house. Man, you're rich. Aren't you? Yeah, you're rich. Uh-huh. All right, yeah, you are. And I say, no, I don't have that much money. But they say, well, that's what it means. Mars in the 10th house in Capricorn, exalted? Oh, come on, you're kidding me. You're not a millionaire? And I go, no, I don't really care that much for money. But my wealth is spiritual. My artha, the work that I did to advance my life has all been on the spiritual platform. So yes, I'm wealthy, but it's spiritual wealth. I don't care for this material wealth because it's going to go away. At the very least, at the end of my life, when I give up this body, I have to give up all the wealth associated with this body. But the spiritual values that I have accumulated and accrued by my devotional service stay with me forever. Try to understand. They don't ever go away. They're never lost. So that's real wealth. That's real wealth. And because I have that wealth, even though I don't have a lot of money, I can spend my time giving knowledge and tools, conceptual tools, and wisdom to others, and helping them in their devotional progress, in their spiritual life. See, I don't have to worry about my spiritual life. I've already got the result of a lifetime of devotional service, and I'm satisfied. So I don't need to worry about that because I have artha, I have wealth. See, I'm a wealthy person. So wealthy people, what do they do? Like Bill Gates, he starts some big foundation for giving away charitable donations. Similarly, if you have spiritual wealth, what do? You start a spiritual school and you start giving away all your knowledge. And guess what? This is even more powerful form of devotional service than personal devotional service. This is why we try to engage all our students in preaching work. This is why we encourage everyone to form a local community and preach. Just like Arun is doing in Australia, a very nice work to restore the process of devotional service, to restore Srila Prabhupada's teachings. We encourage all our God brothers especially to go out there and preach. Go out there and preach. And why are our God brothers preaching? Why are only a handful of them who are outside of ISKCON actually preaching? I say it's because most of them don't understand this process of devotional service. And so when they go out there and try to contact the public and present it, they're not successful. See? If you know what you're talking about, you're going to be successful. If you know what you're doing, Krishna is going to give you success. But if you're doing something wrong, if you're saying something or presenting something that doesn't work, then how are people going to have any confidence in it? So I think maybe devotees have gone out with the limited knowledge or imperfect understanding of devotional service, and they try to present to their friends and family and like that, and they fall flat on their face. And they say, oh, I can't preach. You can't preach what exactly? If you're presenting this science of devotional service as it is, then you're going to be successful. Krishna promises this in Bhagavad-gītā. He says that the one who presents the secrets of spiritual life to the devotees, he's my favorite. And there is no devotee more dear to me than him, and there could never be one more dear than him. So he gives full facility to the devotee who's preaching. Thing is, we have to preach accurately. We have to repeat Krishna's message as it is, without changing anything. And most of the devotees have not heard Krishna's message as it is, because they've been listening to the leaders who don't have self-realization. They've been listening to leaders whose qualifications are only political, organizational, who got voted in by some committee. You have to kick out that imperfect understanding and go back to Srila Prabhupada's books and understand them the way they are. I think the tripod is a little loose, so it's slipping. Yeah. They have to go back and reread Prabhupada's books and look up the words in a dictionary and use the original definitions, not the changed definitions from ISKCON leadership, because that's what they do. They go through and they change the meaning of the words. That's why we discussed that subject in the very beginning of the class today. So these are all anarthas. Anarthas means misunderstanding or bad things or things that lead to failure, to poverty, instead of to spiritual wealth. Artha means wealth. Anartha means poverty. So if you're suffering from poverty, either spiritual or material, it's because you don't understand these things properly. You need to go back and go over them until you get them. Get it right. Like Insi. Insi has been a student of ours for about a year and a half now. And at first she was really mixed up. She was trying to mix together Islam and Christianity and Vedic knowledge, and she was asking questions that led me to understand that she was very confused. But because she applied herself nicely to the study, now Krishna is providing such wonderful results. She immediately found a piece of land to buy, and better than that, in her everyday life, she's getting so much satisfaction from her relationship with Krishna. You see? So everybody can do this. Anybody can do that. It's a matter of being sincere. It's a matter of getting rid of the anarthas, not being attached to sinful activities, not being attached to a misunderstanding or misinterpretation of spiritual truths. But going back to the original subject, the original sources, and getting a clear, accurate understanding of the actual process, and then doing it. So these anarthas, these lead to falling down and misunderstanding devotional service. So let's go through some of the different types of anarthas, and then in future classes we'll go in a detailed way through the anarthas and talk about them. Why are you looking at me like that? You afraid I'm going to talk about you?
Me? Me?
Me? Who?
Who?
Huh?
Him?
What? Him? No, it must be him. He's talking about him. He can't be talking about me.
It must be me.
So, okay, I'm reading from the Bhagavad-gītā, which is a summary of the Nectar of Devotion by Raghunath Das Goswami.
What page is it?
Sorry?
What page?
What page? Oh, you've given the